Hi. In this video, I'm going to talk about generally what all um, principles you can follow, the Montessorian principles that you can follow at home, which will make this period smooth and progressive for both you and your child and your bond. Okay, because this is a very uh, different kind of an experience for everyone. Nobody has ever experienced this kind of a lockdown situation ever in our lives. So how we react ங்கிறதுக்கு வந்து there is no handbook. Okay, there are no tried and tested methodology, but the Montessorian principles give us a foundation on how to handle children in general. And I believe that if you follow it genuinely, at home, it will make things easier for you and your child, and it will only help your bond grow stronger rather than, it becoming a nasty experience at the end of it. Because we don't want our children to ever think of these few months as ஐயோ கடவுளே அந்த லாக்டவுன் பீரியட் இருந்ததே அப்படின்னு we don't want them to think of it like that. Let them create happy memories during this time, and they can only do that with your help. So I'm just going to give you certain tips, taking points from the Montessorian principles, and these are things that you can actively and instantly try out and see how it works. First thing, give them a lot of freedom to move. Okay, as such they are confined in their own homes. They can't go anywhere outside their house. They can't go shopping, they can't go meet their friends, they can't go out and play, they can't go to their schools. So வீட்டுக்குள்ளால make sure that you don't give them too many restrictions. Do not tell them not to go out and play. Let them play, let them move, let them explore, let this be the time. Let them have an opportunity to go back to your childhood days. Okay, I mean, how did you spend your childhood days? You were definitely not confined in your own rooms, right? So do not expect that from the children. Please don't do that. So let them move about, let them play, let them climb trees, let them fall. It's okay, there's nothing wrong in that. Okay, of course we have to make sure that they don't get badly injured, but a scrape here and a cut there is not going to make the sky fall. Okay, so let them move, do not restrict their movement. um, Next thing that I wanted to include is, let them learn life skills during this time. ஸோ லைஃப் ஸ்கில் நம்ம மீன் பண்ணுறது என்னென்னா, நம்மளோட ப்ராக்டிக்கல் லைஃப்பில் வாட் எவர் ஸ்கில் that will aid in our functioning. Okay, so imagine your child is now beyond school days and is entering college, and he's decided to go and study somewhere far 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 away. Okay, அங்கே ப்ராப்பர் ஹாஸ்டல் ஃபெசிலிட்டி கிடையாது. ஸோ தே group of friends have taken a house and have decided to stay there. Imagine. Okay, whether you approve of it or not and all is at the stage, but I want you to imagine this scenario. Do you want your child to be self-sufficient and take the right decisions, or do you want the child to succumb to their peer pressure and do whatever their friends ask them to do, or end up clueless? You want them to thrive, you want them to be self-sufficient. So imagine you are preparing the child to handle his life on his own terms, and this can happen only from regular involvement in household activities and home chores and everything right from the start. இது வந்து அந்த வயசுல தானா வராது. ஓகே, சின்ன வயசுலேருந்தே லைட்டாக சின்ன சின்ன பிரேக்ஃபாஸ்ட் செய்கிறதுக்கும் ஒரு சின்ன சின்ன சமையல் செய்கிறதுக்கும் சின்னதுலேருந்தே நீங்கள் பழக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா கிச்சனுக்குள்ளுக்கு போகிறதுக்கு ஒரு தயக்கம் இருக்காது. இமேஜின் அண்ட் ஆல் ஆஃப் திஸ் இஸ் ஹேப்பனிங், நீங்கள் எந்த ப்ரிப்பரேஷனும் பண்ணலை அண்ட் அந்த டைமில் லாக்டவுனில் பிள்ளை மாட்டிக்குது, என்ன பண்ணும்? புரியுதா? As parents and adults in every child's life, our responsibility is to prepare the child to handle life as it is. Okay, so to make them independent is our responsibility. And how do we do that? Is by involving them in different and all aspects of home chores. Include them in kitchen work, include them in cleaning activities, include them in gardening activities, include them in, I don't know, making the bed, cleaning the whole house, fan தொடக்கிறது. Include them. I'm not telling you to get things done by them. அவங்கள வச்சு வேலை வாங்க நான் சொல்லலை. பட் ஓரோ வேலையும், வீட்டில் இருக்கிற ஓரோ வேலையும் எப்படி செய்கிறதுன்றத காமிச்சு கொடுங்க, இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணுங்க. அக்கார்டிங் டு தி ஏஜ் அப்ராப்ரியேட் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ் யூ கேன் கிவ் இட் டு தெம். மற்றபடி let them see you do it, let them observe you do it, let them be a part of it. So when you are cleaning the fan, they can hold the stool, right? So give them a equally responsible part in all the home activities and home chores. Next thing that I want, and இது வந்து எப்படின்னா, you can do it as a collaboration. Don't say அதெல்லாம் room full clean பண்ணுறது ஓன் வேலை, அந்த ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி கூட வேண்டாம். You can do collaborated work. Kitchen, decide you are going to make a cake today, both of you together, parents and children can work together, or find out what kind of dish they would like to do, and let them read the recipe, you can do it, or let them measure and you can do it, or if the child is old enough, let them do it and you can assist them. Puriyada? So collaborate with them and do home chores and make it a nice experience. Okay, as I've mentioned previously in my other video, we are looking at progression and not perfection. Okay, this is the time to progress and not perfect, because they are very young children. Just give them the opportunity. They need all these enriching experiences. That is what I'm trying to get at. Next thing that needs to be done at this point of time, and it's a Montessorian principle, is child needs to know that he or she is loved. Okay, so there is this one small meme that I read in Facebook. Okay, அது exact words and correct ஞாபகம் இல்லை, but it's like, it says, when a girl, when a child drops a glass of milk, how you reactங்கிறது வந்து, it will teach the child whether you value her more or the broken glass more. Okay, if you're going to get agitated and if you're going to yell at the child and scream at the child for having broken a glass of milk, the childக்கு மைண்டில் என்ன தோணும்னா, now that in word கரெக்டாக வரலையே, that non-living object has more value than my emotions and my efforts. I made a mistake. I understand I made a mistake. But why is Amma reacting like this? Puriyada? So at no point you should make the child feel like the child is not loved or respected. These two are very important. The child has to feel like he or she is loved and that he or she is always respected. Okay, so make sure that your emotions don't give out wrong signals. Of course, as adults sometimes we do lose our cool, but take the opportunity before the day ends to apologize and talk things through so that the child's hurt doesn't linger. Okay, so make sure that the language of love is communicated through and through. This is a very important Montessorian principle. Okay, next is, during this time you can, as I told you, one thing was let them learn new skills. Another one is, there is a lot of time now, let them learn, introduce them to different kinds of hobbies. Okay, like collecting things. It can be anything. It can be coins, it can be stamps, it can be erasers, it can be, I don't know, chocolate wrappers, it can be stones, different kinds of stones, or different looking branches or leaves. It can be anything, but let them choose. But let you introduce them to the concept of a kind of a hobby where they can collectibles collect பண்ற மாதிரி, இல்லை introduce them to different kinds of music, different kinds of dances, dance forms, different kinds of martial forms, art forms. This is a time to sit back and enjoy all that humanity has provided. Take time for that. Okay, another thing that you can do is reflect about your family values and your story. Okay, the child always wants to know, how did appa and amma meet, how did unga kalyanam patti pesunga, how did I come about, is a question. Include a lot of love into that story and tell the story of the child. Tell the child the story of how he or she was born, how they crossed each and every milestone. Each milestone can be a different story. Okay, or about how beautiful they are as a person and on the inside. Highlight the child's strengths, highlight the child's you know uh, capability to share, to love, to care. Talk about all the positives of the child in a very fun story way. Okay, and the child will love to hear it. And either you can do it with photographs, or you can just talk. Okay, talk about your childhood, the struggles that you had to face as a child, as a as an adult also. What all kinds of challenges you had to face, or how even your um, I mean, not only your challenges, I wanted to talk about all the good things that happened in your life, right? So all these things, it can be a part of a ritual that you can start off. Maybe before you go to sleep, you can have a storytelling time or something of that sort. So keep the child rooted. Okay, childhood roots ன்னு சொல்றது நான் யாரு, அதுதான் அந்த சைல்டோட செல்ஃப் எஸ்டீமும் செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடென்ஸும் பில்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டண்ட்டான இன்க்ரீடியன்ட்ஸ். ஸோ மேக் த சைல்ட் பிலீவ் இன் ஹிம்செல்ஃப் ஃபர்ஸ்ட். ஓகே, so lots of stories about the child, about you, about your family values, about this can include your religious values, the traditions that you follow. உங்களுக்கு பாரம்பரியமாட்டு பெரிய கதைகள் இருக்கும், தாத்தா பாட்டா அவங்க ஃப்ரீடம் ஃபைட்டர்ஸாக இருந்திருப்பாங்க. Something, definitely there will be in your roots, there will be points to be proud of. Elaborate on that, talk about that with your child and let the child know it. Okay, so that is one thing that you can do. Another thing is talk with the child all the time. Talk about everything. Talk about the news. Okay, talk about the news. When you have the newspaper, just read the 2-3 headlines and discuss about it. Don't read the whole article and ask the child what did you understand, but discuss about it. When you're watching the news, explain to them what it is all about. Ask them their opinion. What do they think about it? Give them a chance to opinionate. Let us hear their point of view. Give them situation. So if you were the president of this country, or the prime minister of this country, what would you have done differently? Make them think, let them voice their opinion, let them give their point of view in all kinds of discussions. No discussion is beneath a child. Okay, no discussion, no child is not eligible for any particular discussion. All adult discussions, your child can be included. Okay, so talk about the current situation, talk about the financial situation, very 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 important. Talk about how your salaries are being cut, or you're not getting the salary. So what kind of changes, livelihood la enna madri changes are happening right now. Talk about it. There is no shame in that. But if the child is not aware of it, the child will be living in a bubble. And the reality என்னன்னு தெரியாம வளருவாங்க. That is not a healthy way of bringing up the child. So talk about the real situation that your family is going through, how the whole street is going through, how the whole country is going through, even the whole world, what we are facing. Okay, but make sure fear வராம பார்த்துடணும். This is just a temporary phase. எதுவும் கடந்து போகுங்கிற அந்த மெசேஜ் should also be passed on to the child. Ask them how they can contribute, how we can contribute, in which way we can help each other. அப்படின்றது, as I said, communicate, and let them have the freedom to communicate also. Let them have the freedom to make jokes. Let them have the freedom to laugh at you also, okay, or laugh at the state of affairs. Let them have the freedom to laugh, to cry, to be angry, to be frustrated. Let them have the freedom to communicate. Do not curb their freedom to communicate. Next thing is read. Read a lot of books during this time if you can with your child, because that develops a kind of bond. As I said, reading also helps in generating a lot of conversations, and it broadens their thoughts, it broadens their vocabulary. There is a lot of good things that happen, when they start reading. And the habit of reading when they develop பண்றதுக்கு try to use this time. And language, our children, especially in Kalpagam, they already are being introduced to 4 languages. So in your family, if there are people who are speaking more than, mother tongue தவிர வேற ஏதாவது language தெரியும் அப்படின்னா, use this opportunity to increase, improve the fluency of that particular language with the child. Then what else can you do? Let me check. Have a time in a day where they can simply be silent. Not for so long. Even 1 minute if they stay silent, it's still good. Okay? Let them learn the art of being calm. Show them how to focus and concentrate. It can be by a prayer, it can be by listening to some music, or it can be by yoga or by meditation. And after you know that they are completely calm, let them reflect on the day. How did the day go? Was it a good day? Was it a bad day? Was it a kind of a day? Or what could have gone better? What made it a good day, or what made it a bad day? So let them reflect on the day. And if they are older children, you can encourage them to maintain a journal. If they are younger children, or even older children who are not interested in writing and forming a journal and all, it's fine. But let them get into the habit of reflecting their own thoughts and actions for the day. Then, yeah, I guess we've touched all the basics. Then, as I said, home chores and all of that, include them in everything. Include them in, encourage them to do a lot of hands-on activities at home. Academic aspect of it, you don't have to panic, okay? Nothing is going to happen. We are not, years together எல்லாம் போக போவதில்லை. It's only a couple of months, right? And the human brain, if you feel that your child will forget everything, your child will get all confused, எல்லாம் மறந்து போயிடும் அப்படிலாம் நினைக்கிறீங்கன்னா, that means human species அவ்வளோதானா? No. Okay? Our capacity is a lot. You have to understand that. You have to accept that. Okay? And nothing is going to happen if the child is going to miss 3 months of class, physical class. Okay? So do not panic about the academic lag as of now. In fact, you will be surprised if you just quiz the child up, you will realize that the child hasn't forgotten anything. Okay? But we will be providing those kits, that is just to keep them engaged and to keep them in touch with whatever they've learned so far, and probably introduce certain aspects that might be required when they come back. But mathabadi, do not stress on that. Make sure that the child experiences a positive that this entire experience is positive-ஆ இருக்கணுங்கிறது தான் நம்மளோட மெயின் ஃபோக்கஸ். ஸோ ப்ளீஸ் ஃபோக்கஸ் ஆன் தேட் and enjoy this time, and because you will never get this. Before you blink, your children are going to grow up. They're going to become adults. Okay? இது ஒரு கடவுள் கொடுத்த வரம்னா நினச்சிக்கோங்க. These few months that you're getting with your own child to spend exclusively with your time, utilize it. Okay, so these are just basic tips that I've given you, taking in certain principles from Montessori. See if you can implement them, and let me know if you have tried it. Keep me posted. Okay, send me comments or send me messages or call me and tell me how it worked or how it didn't work, and we'll figure out what can be done. Okay? Ciao. Bye.